So whenever I feel stuck in my manifestation, like my desire isn't coming fast enough, or I'm not getting anywhere, I would like to use the 7 chakra system to help me check where I'm blocked. This ancient system is usually used in the spiritual community for transcendence. We often talk about how we transcend from the lower chakra, the root chakra, to the higher chakra, the crown chakra. We seldom talk about the other direction, bring the energy down from the crown chakra to the root chakra and manifesting our dreams and ideas into physical reality. When there are no blockages, when the energy flows freely, manifestation comes more effortlessly and faster. It's like giving birth, like a natural birth. Probably not the right analogy for me to use, but you get what I mean, right? It's like a river flowing freely without any obstruction. But if any of our chakras are blocked or we have resistance, it kind of slows down the manifestation. So I like to use the chakra system as a checklist to help me identify where I'm blocked and help me release any resistance or block I have. I'll be going through each chakra from the highest one all the way to the lowest one. This is the manifestation path. So we'll start with the crown chakra. Every creation starts with an idea. If you feel uninspired or your life feels flat, kind of empty and boring, you don't know what to do next, it could be that your crown chakra is blocked. And this lack of ideas is not just restricted to what you want to do, it's also how you can creatively manifest what you want. For example, if you want to manifest a relationship, you may think that you have to use online dating apps to find a partner. But when your crown chakra is open and flowing freely, you're not limited to only one method. Your angels and spiritual guides may lead you to a certain place, like, hey, check out this cafe, go into this store that you usually walk past, and then you might find your partner there. When you want to manifest something and you're stuck with the how, you don't know how to start or what to do, or when you receive an idea and you think that, nah, it's impossible, it's not going to work, you're not allowing the ideas to blossom into physical reality. So instead of trying too hard to figure out how, allow the universe to lead you, to guide you to the how. The spiritual realm is more creative and abundant than what our limiting mind can imagine or comprehend. So whenever I see myself stuck at the beginning of a project, not sure how to begin, I will remind myself to surrender more, to think less, and let in the spiritual guidance. Next, you have the third eye. This is where we visualize our idea in more detail. The idea you receive is taking shape and getting clearer here. It's not merely an idea anymore. You receive guidance on how to achieve your dreams, and you can see the path to the end. I find that I get stuck in my third eye a lot. I tend to overplan and overanalyze. I want to have all the detail in place before I begin, and this kind of slows down the manifestation because the manifestation is stuck here in my mind, but I'm not taking any steps to physically create what I want. There is nothing wrong with imagination and dreaming about what you desire, but if that's the only thing that you do, you're not moving the energy down to the other chakras. It has to be free flowing in both directions. Also, if you get too specific in what you want to create, you may get stuck too. For example, you desire a specific house or a specific person. You don't allow the universe to bring you something or someone better. Or if there is some deviation from what you visualize, you may get disappointed and that lowers your vibration. So you kind of want to visualize enough to create a feeling of desire or passion for it, but you don't want to be too attached to what you have visualized. The best way is to visualize what you want, maybe write them down in some details, and then just let them go. Don't think about it anymore. You don't have to be perfect in capturing all the small little nitty-gritty details or fine-tune your plans or goals until perfect. Anyway, the details usually don't get filled out immediately. For example, when I received the inspiration to create this video, it was a long time ago, but at that time I didn't have a title. It's only until now that I received a title for this video. You may not get a full picture immediately, so you need to set your ideas aside sometimes and allow the details to fill out as you go. The next chakra is the throat chakra. This is also the chakra that I struggle with a lot. For the longest time, I find it difficult to communicate what I want or my desires to other people. I find it difficult to speak up and express myself. It's only when I started writing and now speaking in front of the camera that I became more comfortable. It is important for you to express your desires because other people may ask you some questions about your desire, and that may help you clarify and refine your vision. You start to see where the gaps are. Other people may also have some ideas or techniques or workflow that could help you manifest your desires. They may have the knowledge that you don't have. They can point out when you are taking the wrong path or show you the shortcut to what you want. Or they can recommend you to someone who knows how to do it. Of course, you have to check with your intuition if their suggestions resonate with you and not just follow blindly. You also want to check the energy of the other person first to see if they are closed off or open to new ideas. If they are closed off, you may not want to share your ideas with them. Sharing your ideas and desire with others can open you up to more possibilities. But when you are afraid of being judged by others, when you are scared that they will laugh at your ideas, you miss out on this great opportunity of receiving help from other people. To manifest your desire, you literally have to speak your desire into existence. You cannot just visualize it in your mind and hope it will happen. And when you speak your desire out loud, that's where you know how aligned you are with your desires. If you're speaking with a lot of uncertainty and doubts, then you know that you have a desire, but you don't really believe it. You don't have a belief that matches your desire. Or if people laugh at your ideas and you start shrinking and your voice gets softer, you know that you have some work to do here. You're allowing other people's belief of what can or cannot be done to affect your own perception. You have to remember that the idea you receive is yours, not theirs. Of course, they are not going to have the same frequency as your desire. Nowadays, if I tell my family my dreams and they find it ridiculous, I'll just laugh with them. I'll just say that I don't know how, but that's what I desire. You can get a lot of information just from the way you communicate your ideas to others. For example, once I was sharing my desire with a friend, I know I sound more passionate when I'm talking about creating content on YouTube. But when I talk about other things, I was less passionate and excited. Then immediately, I know what I need to focus on right now is the YouTube channel. Sometimes it's difficult to tell what your heart desires by visualizing it in your mind. It's through communication and the sound that you produce that you can feel the essence of your desire. And this brings us to our fourth chakra, the heart chakra. You know your heart chakra is blocked when you feel undecided. It's when you want to manifest something, but you're not exactly sure. Most likely, you select a desire based on what your egoic mind wants and not what you truly want. Your mind say go here, but you actually want to go the other way. So no matter how hard you try, you don't feel motivated to go for your desires. For example, you say you want to write a book or start a business, but you find it challenging to sit in front of the computer to write the manuscript and to show up for your business. You rather watch some YouTube videos or play games. You may think that this is a matter of discipline, but it may not be the case. you may be actually working towards a goal that isn't what your heart desired in the first place. It may be someone else's goals. Like you see other people are millionaires, so you want to attract $1 million too. Or you see other people write a book or start a business, so you want to do the same. But when your goals aren't aligned with your heart, you will have to push and drag yourself to do the work. And even if you achieve your goals, you won't feel happy. It's even more obvious that something isn't your desire when you are disciplined in a certain area, for example, your exercise, but when it comes to the thing that you desire, you procrastinate, then it's most likely not what your heart desires. Of course, you may have some resistance in your heart chakra. Maybe the thing is truly what you wanted, but you don't allow yourself to have it. You don't think that you deserve it, and that's what keeps you from a manifestation. Also, the heart chakra is about relationships. Other people can help you achieve your dreams, but if you're not willing to ask for help or receive help from others, and you want to do it all by yourself, then this may slow down your manifestation. Next up is the solar plexus chakra. I think it's a very important chakra when it comes to manifestation, but it often gets neglected. A lot of manifestation techniques like visualization, vision boards, or affirmations, they belong to the upper half of the chakra. To get your idea from the thought form to physical manifestation, it's important for you to do the physical work. Even if you want to win the lottery, you need to at least buy the ticket. It's a physical action. Or you want a loving relationship, you will need to show up. Some physical action are needed to be performed to receive the manifestation. If you find yourself just talking about your dreams and your desires, but you don't do anything about it, do check your solar plexus chakra. You want to check if there is any blocks that you have that are preventing you from taking action. Maybe you are afraid of failure. Maybe you have self-doubt. You don't believe that you can do it, so you are not taking action. Or maybe you are a perfectionist. You have to make sure that every detail must be in place first. All this belief that you have or the negative thought patterns will block you from taking action and manifesting what you truly desire. And of course, as I mentioned previously, if you are doing something that is not aligned with your heart, it can also prevent you from doing the necessary work. So the heart and the solar plexus chakra are very connected with each other. The solar plexus chakra, especially, is about having the will and the fire to manifest your desire. Do you give up once you face an obstacle? Is your desire just an empty talk? Or are you willing to take the necessary action to get what you want? Apart from manifestation techniques, it's also useful to pick up some techniques to help you get things done. For example, you may want to learn how to manage your time or break down a big project into manageable chunks. We are now getting closer to the physical manifestation now. So a lot of the things that work in the physical realm do apply. But having said this, you also have to be very careful of overworking. Doing too much is also a block, especially if you are micromanaging everything. You're not allowing your spirit guide or the universe to show you an easier path. So you want to take consistent action, but also allow some breathing space for synchronicity and miracles to happen. Next up is the Sacral Chakra. If you often find yourself starting something and you give up midway or you give up very quickly, do check your Sacral Chakra. Even if you have a fire in your belly, you need to keep nurturing the fire. You need to keep adding fuel. Otherwise, the fire will be gone. So you need this motherly, nurturing energy to see your desires all the way to the manifestation. Especially if you have a big project, like writing a book or starting a business, you need your sacral chakra to be balanced and open. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do more work, but you will need to have the patience to go the distance. It's actually about having more fun and joy along the way. This is what your sacral chakra is all about. If you are too serious, like you are thinking, why isn't my manifestation coming? And you need your manifestation to happen right now, then you will quickly become impatient and even pessimistic. Your vibration will fall to a low level and you'll be very likely to give up. Having fun is the secret to going the distance and longevity. If I didn't find any joy in creating YouTube videos or writing my books, I would have given up a long time ago. You have to make sure the process has to be fun for you. Even if the tasks are a little bit boring or dry, you need to make it fun for yourself to do. For example, you can make it into a game, or you can schedule some fun rewards or breaks after completing the task. Just think of a child or your inner child. How can I make it fun for my inner child? You want to nurture this inner child, get their attention. If not, they may wander to something else more interesting. Then you will find yourself easily distracted, bouncing from one idea to another, jumping from one project to another, without completing them. A lot of times, we think that once we receive our manifestation, it's done, it's complete. But it's not done. You still have to maintain it. For example, if you want to manifest a partner, it's not like you have a partner and it's happily ever after. You still need to tend to the fire. You still need to nurture the relationship. Like even if you manifest $1 million, but you don't manage your finances, it will be gone very quickly. So you need to nurture for a period of time until the next stage, which is the root chakra. When you reach this stage of manifestation, you may have already achieved your dreams, but you may find that your desire requires a lot of maintenance or work, and this may be tiring for you in the long run. That's because your manifestation hasn't taken root into the ground yet. Once it has taken root into the ground, it's almost like a tree. It has a life of its own, and it has its own momentum. A great example from my life is when I wrote the book and I published it. I promoted it until it gained some momentum. Then I don't have to do so anymore. The universe will take care of it. People will recommend my books to their friends through word of mouth, or they will find my books on my website or my blog posts. This is true for any big manifestation. Like the example I gave previously, when you nurture your relationship to a certain point, you may find that your relationship has a life of its own. It has its own energy and it doesn't require too much maintenance or work. That's because you are in such harmony with the other person that it doesn't require much effort from you anymore. Same goes for your finances. Once you have systems in place to help you generate passive income, you don't really need to do much to receive a consistent income. This is also the stage where your manifestation become more specific and concrete. When you are in the third eye chakra, your visualization may not be that specific. It may not be beneficial to be that specific. But when it comes to this stage of manifestation, everything is very specific. For example, if you want to manifest a holiday, you want to know when, which date, which airline are you taking. If you want to fully manifest your dreams, you need to commit to all these details. Not settling on the details will slow down your manifestation. Every inspiration we receive from the universe can be manifested, but you have to make sure that it's truly an inspiration, not an egoic desire. Watch this next video to find out the difference between the two.